And hello, dear Shaumbra from around the world. Welcome to the Crimson Circle. Here we go again. I haven't counted lately how many times we've done this. First Saturday of the month, kind of the Enlightenment blast-off, but it's been a while. It's been a while, and one of these days soon, I want to put together kind of just a time journey back from photos of the early days and going all the way through kind of quick sequence and just see how far we've come. It's pretty amazing, actually.
Actually, it's stunning beyond words, but you don't have time for that right now.
I don't. We have a lot to cover today.
You have been very busy.
I told Linda beforehand, now don't chatter a lot here. We have a lot to do today. We've got a lot of new events and slides. Don't chatter so much. Chatter all the time.
As she held up the mirror.
But before we get into our very fast-paced section today, I want to welcome Shaumbra from all around the world. Welcome to this amazing gathering. Welcome to everybody here who's live in the studio. We have a pretty good group here today. I mean, pretty good meaning.
What does that mean to you?
Well, that means really good, amazing. Well, not quite a full house, but the ones who are here, there's so much energy. Trying to get everybody settled down before we started was nearly impossible.
We were having fun. We were yakking. It's an insane world. There's so much to talk about.
For all of you listening online, they were having pillow fights before we started. I'm serious. I'm absolutely serious. They're throwing pillows back and forth. Next month it's going to be food, and the month after that probably wine.
It will not be food. That's my line.
That's your line. Okay. And I was scanning around the room. Everybody's got such happy smiles on their face here. And then I looked back at the production desk, camera to production desk. They were so serious. They're all sitting back there before we start. So serious.
They know to be afraid.
Oh, now they're smiling. Before they were like, oh my God, we're going live on the air. It's like, guys, we do this every month. But they were absolutely focused on getting ready, getting the show launched. So welcome and thank you for being here. Now I'm going to stop talking. The rest is Linda's.
We have that regular monthly raucous group here. See? Absolutely raucous group here. And we have quite a few guests. Could you take a picture? Could we show the picture of the raucous guests here?
Wow. Now they don't look so raucous. Now they're like, oh, the camera's on. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Classic people you all know so well. And some nice visitors.
Yeah. And who's here today from out of state?
We have Jeanette. And Jeanette is kind of an international person. She's from New York. She's from Croatia. She's from the universe.
Hi, Jeanette. How are you? Glad to have you. Jeanette's an American living in Europe, now back in the U.S. for a little bit until things get a little crazy. And then where next, it doesn't matter. Jeanette was telling me before we went on the air, she said, her first time here in the studio. And she said, oh my gosh, it's like, this is so surreal. I'm seeing all these people, they're like stars, they're like rock stars every month, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of, and it's just so amazing being around all these people, and I'm like, well, how about, and they're all so great. Okay, go ahead, Linda, next.
Okay, that was the mirror. Okay, so we also have Becky from Minnesota. Where are you, Becky?
Hi,
Welcome,
Becky from Minnesota. Good to see you. You want to stand up so everybody in the world can see you?
Welcome.
Yeah. And Adamus told me they're watching this at the Ascended Masters Club today. They have some new big screens for the Super Bowl. And they said, we're going to watch the show today. And I'm like, you don't watch it every month? And he's like, well, no. Okay, next. I'm going fast.
From Texas, we have our friend Fred. Where are you, Fred?
From Texas.
Nice
How are you doing? Good to see you again. Fred, I wore my cowboy boots just for you today.
Yeah.
Like just
relate, say happy birthday to Deneen and Kilana.
Okay.
Happy birthday to Deneen and Kilana.
Okay.
Good, thank you.
From Ohio, we have Scott. Where are you, Scott Rumbauer?
Hi, Scott from Ohio.
Hey,
good to see
Scott.
you again.
Nice to see you again.
Really good to see you. Thank you.
And we potentially had a guest, Brian, but I don't think Brian has been able to get here yet.
Okay.
So we'll see Brian later.
It's the wind. It's slowing everybody down
for
today.
sure.
Yeah. If you're going upstream. Okay, so welcome and glad you're all here. Last month was the Transhuman series. Oh, I got to do that. I talked right over the sound. I got to do that again. Hang on a second. Here we go. This is okay. We got plenty of time. Between Yeah. I got that sound effect from Bewitched, that TV show. Okay, Gene put together a wonderful video recap just so we all remember what we did last month. Let's play it. It just doesn't work, this enlightenment thing, realization, the integration with the divine. It doesn't work if you're trying to think about it. The enlightenment, the divine, it comes in. It comes in when you take a deep breath and you allow it to come in. It is sensuality. That's really what it is. It's not suddenly knowing everything, because that doesn't matter. But the sensuality, the feelings is everything, everything, everything. And that's where we're going in 2017. Speaking of sensuality, how many of you in the past, few years, but few months in particular, you just don't feel it's together anymore? It's like, that was a duh. Master of the obvious question. But more than ever, that sense of not really feeling like who you were, but not knowing what you're going to be, it's just not coming together. That's another beautiful indication. First of all, it's very mental. You tend to go mental. What's wrong with me? Where's my old place? It's not there. It's not going to come back. The whole concept of oneness goes out the window. The whole concept of oneness. And you can't go back, even though you may try to go back, coming back into your oneness. Forget about it. It's not going to happen. You are now the many. It's a very strange feeling as you really start to sense. At first, it's a feeling of, I just don't have it together anymore. Bingo. No, you don't. And that's a good thing. Remember, last year I predicted that 2016 would be the year of disruption. I was pretty close. This year, 2017, I'm going to call the year of separation. That's a nice way of putting it. The year of things coming apart. The year of things blowing apart. Everything has been held in a tight knot, a tight ball. And the ball keeps getting tighter. Can you imagine? Just tighter and tighter and tighter, with anger, with suppression, with loss of hope, with frustration, with old systems that are trying incredibly hard to hold on to their old ways, whether it's religions, whether it's businesses, whether it's just old roles of masculine, feminine. The feminine, I'm sorry, but is playing out as old of a role as the masculine. They really are. And all of that is going to come to a crashing halt and then a breakup. And it all ultimately, if you want to sit on your park bench and you want to say, what is going on in the world? Why is it so crazy? Why are things breaking apart? Why is there violence in terrorism and system changes and all the rest of that? Why is that happening? It's very, very clear, very clear. The world is at a point of separation. And the world is at a point of, it has gotten so mental, so very mental, it hurts everybody's head. You're seeing people now who have gone so mental and can't get out. They're trapped inside a mental, non-sensual vessel, an analytical, judgmental, limited vessel called the mind. They don't know how to get out. They're screaming for help. The human life, I know human life is not all that fun. No, it's really not. Most people are unconscious to it. They get up in the morning, they have to make a living, they have to take care of their kids, they have to go to their job. They're rather unconscious of it. But this isn't the way it was ever designed to be.
It's not the way it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be about so many patterns, so much mental. It's not supposed to be about working your brains out, trying to think your way through every day. It is supposed to be a sensual experience. You know, there's a huge difference between a temporary pleasure and true sensuality. I mean, sensuality is feeling, and the world, the people of the world are lacking those experiences. It's been beat out of them. I would say that in 2017 would be the year of not just talking about sensuality as we have sometimes in the past, but now actually experiencing it, bringing it in. It's almost difficult to define in words. It is a feeling that goes far beyond the mind, goes far beyond just the physical. It's inherent in you as spiritual beings, as angelic beings. It's inherent. As a matter of fact, it's more your real nature, sensuality, than the mind human that you become. You've had to train yourself and discipline yourself to become mental. You've had to literally program yourself and get hypnotized to be the mental being that you are. But it's not your natural state. The good news is that you've gone through the most compaction, limitation, restriction, and you made it. You're here. And now we come out from the underbelly. We come around to the top side with a whole new understanding of creation and you, the creator. And as you probably can sense, that there is a direct correlation between sensuality and creation or creativity, true creation. I guess another way of stating it is that in order to understand at the most sensual level your beingness as a creator, in order to understand really what being a creator is, you had to be the uncreator. You had to be the boxed in, limited, unpassionate, unsensual, all the rest of that. I would say it's the year of real sensuality. And that's a feeling that you'll find it starts in the body and then it goes through the mind and then it blows past that, right out the doors. You're going to think you're having a spiritual experience, and it's not. Well, it is, but it's not just a spiritual experience. It is a sensual experience that it's been so long, so much boredom, so much limitation, so much gray, and now you blow through that. You do it by allowing. You do it by allowing and letting that experience roll in. It's indescribable. The sensuality comes forth and suddenly you realize, in kind of an odd way of saying, you suddenly realize that this whole thing about realization has already been there. You realize your realization. Kind of sounds strange, but go, oh my God. Everything I've been trying to realize is already here.
That was such an amazing channel, and I really loved the recap. I was shocked that the issue with Edith and Adamus got left out.
That wasn't at the shout. But by the way, make sure to please turn off your mobile phones. If you haven't already done that. So that was a pronost.
Oh, was that
we
a
have the big
pronost?
light up on there saying turn off your mobile phones? Because Adamus really doesn't like that. I mean, he and Edith were like in this fist fight almost. And it's like, oh my God. If you haven't watched Pronost, you'll find it right in there.
Yep.
There's a section, a chapter titled The Fight Between Edith and Adamus.
It's true.
It's true. Okay, let's take a look at our upcoming events. We have quite a few new ones coming up. in these next few months. We just put them up last day or two. So take a look at what happens between now and September.
Why does it say recent events?
Because I messed up.
Thank you.
And nobody caught it. But I quickly changed to another slide, and here we go. Colorado. I don't know. Colorado.
Are you getting channel
Oh,
brain?
no, that is right. Because we're going to talk about a recent event. We're going to talk about Pronost, which we did.
But you said upcoming events.
I'm really messed up. The energy in here is so high. I'm just like, this is a recent event. That slide was right. I correct my correction. And we're going to talk about Pronost.
Could be an interesting day.
For those of you who were here, it seems like months ago, but it was actually only a couple weeks ago that we did Pronost. Matter of fact, for the Shout recap, I at first thought, they got the wrong video in here. It's Christmas decorations. That was like 3-4 months ago, but it wasn't. So anyway, we did Pronost.
We can feel your pain.
Pronost was, I'm going to call it just a game changer. You know, sometimes there's not words for things, and this was one of them. I and most of us expected that it was going to be an update from last year, where the world's going to, more artificial intelligence, things like that. It wasn't at all. And I'm just not going to say anything more about it.
It was evolutionary and experiential in ways I really wouldn't have anticipated. There you go.
And we're going to play a video recap and let you know it is in the cloud class. The price, I believe, is $75. There's 4 or 5 sessions somewhere in there. The price goes up on February 13th. So if you're interested, get it now. You have 90 days to view it.
It's great material, and the experience is incredible within it.
Oh, yeah, it's great. So let's
Incredible.
play the Pronost recap. Welcome to Pronost 2017. Little background information. Last year at Pronost, remember Pronost last year? Remember, last year was primarily focused on the keyword disruptive. Disruptive. My keyword for 2017 was a little bit different. Ties into disruptive, but the keyword was coming apart. Blowing apart, things falling apart. That's not so bad. Energy is not meant to stay stuck, but yet a variety of things will cause it to get stuck. And then there's an interesting phenomena that I've noticed on this planet, is when energy gets stuck, it tends to even get more stuck. And then it goes, you could say, within itself to try to get itself unstuck, and it doesn't work very well. And it requires some outside force or dynamic to come in and help it get unstuck. So when I say it was a disruptive year, that was the beginning of things coming apart, opening up, getting unstuck. Earth, it's truly an amazing planet. It's real limited, so you get to really focus. That's one of the beautiful things about this planet. Really limited or focused gives you a very sensual experience, one that you'll never, ever, ever, ever forget, no matter where you go in all of creation. One other thing, this is also the planet of love. If there's any pride, if there's any real honor that all of you have for your time on this planet, it's for having experienced love. If there's anything that you really feel touched by, and you feel you've really done right in the past, it's about love. And it's almost a shame for you to see what's happening with it now. This planet, the original place of love, where it's become twisted, commercialized, mentalized, computerized. And you ask yourself, where's the love? You won't even, most of you, allow yourself to be in a relationship because you knew what real love was.
at one point. And you're not going to settle for anything less. But for most of you, it's just not on this planet. And you know you can't fake yourself when it comes to love. With all that being said, let's go back in time a little bit. On April 1st, 2006, dear Tobias talked about New Earth and Old Earth coming together. And he said it would be about 25 to 30 years before New Earth and Old Earth came together. Today, here at Pronost, on January 14th, 2017, I come to tell you, give you the progress report on the Old Earth and the New Earth. And the progress report is that the Old Earth and the New Earth are not going to join together. Leaves us with a very, very interesting situation. Leaves a lot of you with a lot of questions. What's going to happen next? What's going to happen to me? What's New Earth? What is New Earth? New Earth is a place of being able to, at any moment, bring in as much physical as you want. And then at any moment, release that. You can be in a body in one moment and not in a body. You're never trapped or stuck. New Earth is a place of a lot of freedom. There is a new place on New Earth. Theos, a place within the New Earth network, so to speak. Theos, a place where not only for sensual, uninhibited sensual experience, but on Theos, the place where you can also re-experience or have new experiences of love. Theos, the new place of love. It's not so much of a place of learning for the other angelic beings, although someday it might be. Right now, this is yours. This is yours. Now, the question that's coming up is, when do I go there? How do I get there? What do I need to do? I want to make it very clear. It's not out there, it's right here. It's not tomorrow, it's today. At the core of a lot of it is you're asking yourself, desiring for yourself, even beyond ascension or enlightenment, where's the love? Where's the love? That was perhaps the hope of this planet. That was your greatest experience. That was, what's your heart? What's your heart? That's you, and that's what you've been longing for. Enlightenment and schmightment. I mean, what does that mean without love? Really. On Theos, it's possible, and perhaps with the bridges we build, it'll be possible here again as well.
This was not your typical Pronost, of course. Adamus is known for not doing typical. It was very, very informative, expanding, and personal. The very personal journey in there to Theos that is really quite an experience. So if you feel anything from this information, don't hesitate to check out Pronost 2017.
Very different than what I thought it was going to be, and like I said, kind of a game changer. There's been a lot of discussion on social media from the people who have watched it, a lot of discussion in terms of almost not wanting this lack of separation. You know, I think there was such a hope with everybody, and Adamus came along and said it's not going to happen. Not just delayed a few years or a few centuries, it is not going to happen. And he said at the very beginning of Pronost, it's going to be provocative, controversial, cause a lot of discussion, a lot of debate, which it has, but it really gives you pause about a lot of things. So highly recommend Pronos 2017.
Well worth it.
Well worth it. Okay, we're going to move on to upcoming. Here's our upcoming event slide. See, I knew it was in here somewhere, and so here it is.
And this is always challenging. We don't need to talk too much about this because the first upcoming event is
Hawaii. Oh my gosh, in just a couple days, Linda and I are going to be working really hard in Hawaii. So at Bonadventure, so I'm just going to get on with
It's
it.
sold out, but again, the wait lists are always valuable. There are people where their life changed from the beginning, and so they had to, so we've turned over a number of positions. So the wait list does have value if you're interested. And we want to thank Michelle Hinwood for all of
Yes.
her assistance to us.
Do you think the volcano's going to really erupt while we're there?
It already has been.
Oh, okay. Then coming up in later part of February, we are doing Aspectology online right here at the studio, but we're going to be doing it online for everybody around the world. Aspectology is really one of the core classes. It
Absolutely.
features channels from Adamus and Tobias. It really helps you to understand your aspects, how they continue playing out, and ultimately how you can bring the aspects into integration.
Well, what they are and how we created them.
Linda and I are going to be hosting it live. We're going to be here the whole time for those of you viewing in online. And you've got 10 days access to the streaming files. So that's coming up in February. Oh, I threw this in here. Aspectology, it's like really helps you to understand benching. Benching.
Yeah, you're right. They're tied together.
I know. That
Oh,
was
wow.
Maya's idea, actually. Throw that slide in there.
That's good.
Aspectology benching. If you read the story of the park bench in the Memoirs of the Master, then you kind of get it. But I thought that was a really good analogy. Okay, then Colorado in March. We got a lot going on because Johan is in the house. We have Anat, Gerhardt, and Amir coming in from all different parts of the world. We're going to be doing some recordings and we're going to have some events. They are going to be performing live at next month's Shout right here on stage Shaumbra. They are going to be live, so get on your dancing shoes and get ready for a really good Shout with live music. Then we're going to be doing a bunch of recordings while they're here, but the big news is that on Friday, March 10th, we're going to have a launch party, free of charge. There's going to be food, there's going to be drinks, there's going to be fun, live music and dancing. We're going to use that energy to help launch Amir's new music farm in Slovenia. It's his property there that he's turning into kind of a enlightened music gathering place. And also Gerhardt's new book. So it's going to be a launch party if you're here local, or if you come in from out of town, come on over for that launch party. Add your energy to these amazing projects with Johan. Okay, then Norway in May. I do have to back up and say before that, actually, we're going to do SES online here at the studio early April. We didn't put in a slide because this just came around, but we'll keep you up to date on that. SES online, it would be the weekend right after the Shout.
Let me add to that.
Please.
Remember that SES is the one prerequisite that we now have put on a number of our events. And as Jeff's going through these upcoming events all over the world, for those of you that just don't have an easy or accessible way to get to a class, we're offering SES online for you. So as Jeff said, that will be in April. You can look on the calendar. It's on the calendar and it's in the event. So SES online, it'll change your life.
I think it's April 10th, 11th, 12th. Check it out online. We're just getting all that information up there. So then it's on to Norway, and amazing, beautiful Norway. We're doing the Simple Master with a focus on allowing and. It's May 14th through the 16th with our wonderful sponsors, Inga and Mariana. So
We look forward to that.
is that sold out?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's sold out. So we'll move on.
It's sold out. But
Well,
remember, there's things that get in people's way. You should be on the wait list if you're really interested. And Norway is a stunning place to
It is
visit.
very beautiful.
All
Then-
Scandinavia.
Then it's on to Denmark for the Threshold, and I know that is sold out. So,
And there's a wait list, and it does turn over.
right. And it's in Middelfart, Denmark. Middelfart, and it's May.
You spelled it wrong, but that's fine.
I spelled it wrong intentionally. And our amazing host, Bodil, who's worked on all the arrangements, put things together.
Thank you, Bodil.
Thank you, Bodil.
And get over that
Appreciate
flu
it.
soon, Bodil.
Yeah, before we get there.
Yeah.
And then it's on to Germany, where in June we're going to be doing the monthly webcast, second year in a row where we've done it in the Munich area. And we're calling the whole event the Masters in Munich. So the first day is the webcast.
Shout.
It'll be live at about the same time we did it last year, morning here in Colorado.
Oh my God,
Very-
it's sold out.
It's sold out, yeah. And we just announced it. It's sold out in, I think, like
The day after
12
the
hours
Angels,
or something like that,
Great.
yeah. And the following day is a day with Adamus. We call it that because we don't know what's going to happen, but it'll be fun.
He does whatever he feels like. Just hope. I'm keep talking to him, and he won't listen to me. I keep telling him no Blavatsky, but he's like, "Don't give me a reason."
There might be. I don't know. It was a lot of fun, and we are doing the Shout, of course, as a live webcast, so you'll be able to watch it no matter where you're at. And the next day we're going to film it and see what comes.
Correct.
Yeah. The related events surrounding that, for those of you who are going in for it, we are doing a book signing for the Memoirs of the Master, which will have just come out in German version.
That's correct.
We're doing it on June 1st from 6:30 to 8:30 in the same Congress Hall where we're doing the other event. So check your calendar if you're coming in early for that event. Join us for the book signing, and there'll be other people there as well, general public.
Definitely, including the publishers.
Absolutely. And also on Saturday night of the Masters in Munich, there's a performance by the Royal Shaumbra Theater Company.
Who labeled them royal?
They did. The production is titled To Be or Not to Be Human. So we'll film that also and see if we can get it out there. But that'll be kind of fun. It's going to be a great time in Munich for everybody attending or just joining in online. Okay, after that, Colorado. We're going to be doing the channeling workshop right here at the Studio and Masters Club on July 7th through the 9th. It's limited to 36 future channelers. We just announced it's actually being sent out to the angels. The sign-ups are already coming in. If you're interested in participating in that, do sign up early because that is going to tend to sell out, I think.
This is an in-person class. There will be no, there's no broadcast of this, so this is strictly an in-person workshop where...
Very interactive. Linda and I go through the dynamics of channeling, and then by, I think it's the second day, everybody's actually getting into channeling. And it's really, I have so much fun doing that because I'm not channeling the whole time. I think I do maybe one, but you guys are channeling. So the ones, how many here attended this last year?
Quite a few.
Oh, quite a few.
Sweet.
So was it fun or what? I mean, yeah, I really...
Jeff.
But I loved it. It was great. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Okay, so there is no Shout in September because Linda and I are going to be hitting the road in late August. So we always take off 1 month out of the year. That's it, September. So mark that
So
on
we
your
can
calendar.
travel.
So we can travel to Transylvania.
We'll be en route.
To
yeah.
Transylvania. We just announced the third annual Magic of Merlin event in Sibiu, Romania. That's right in the heart of Transylvania. We love going there. We have a really, really great team in Romania.
That's correct.
Florin, Carmen, Mirella, who get so much done for us and are so great with the attendees. This is the third year we've done it in a row. It'll be all new channels, like your number 2 wasn't anything like your number 1. All new channels, live music with Johann. Registration opens February 14th. Great. Then it's on to Austria. As a matter of fact, Rust, Austria, which is kind of right on the Hungarian-Austrian border. Beautiful place.
It's out in the countryside, so it's a very calm, beautiful place, and it's a wine country.
Yes.
So that time of year, they're harvesting. There's a very sweet, just earthiness about it that is just quite charming.
It's actually a very small little town, Rust.
Yeah, tiny.
And it's called Rust because the, what is it, penguins or swans or something, roost, storks. The storks roost, on top of chimneys.
Did you just make that up?
You see all these nests.
You just made that up?
No, you see all these.
That's not why they call it roost.
Sure, they roost on the nest. Anybody.
You totally made
from,
that up.
From Austria. Why did they call it roost? They roost on the nests. Yeah. That's my version of it. I'm going to stick
rust.
by it, damn it. Anyway.
Because the chimney rusts from them pooping on the chimney?
No. It's limited to 24 attendees. The ratings on the threshold events are about 90% life-changing. Registration opens February 14th, so if you're interested, join us. It's one of my favorite places.
Very small group, a very beautiful, beautiful setting, and very charming. And I'm sorry about that you made that roost story.
I didn't make it up. That's why they call it. Please, somebody write in right now to customerservice@crimsoncircle.com. Let Bonnie and Michelle, who are sitting back here, always at their computers, ready on the go. Why did they name that city Roost? R-U-S-T, but it's pronounced Roost. And make sure to say it's because of the storks. Okay, by the end of the day, we're going to have our answer, if not already. Okay, and after that, it's on to, again, one of our favorite places. You notice how we just keep going back to our favorite places?
Italia.
Yeah, back to the Tuscany area
make me suffer. Oh, my God, I can smell leather.
Tuscany in September. It's truly one of our favorite areas. We're going to be back at the Borgo San Luigi Hotel. A great place. We've gotten to, it's not a chain or anything, it's family owned. We've got to know the family, and it's really, really quite amazing. This will be limited to 70 attendees and our amazing host, Lucia. Lucia, we're looking forward to seeing you again.
Tuscany once again. We've just pretty much determined that we're going to do our very best to do wonderful events only in beautiful settings.
Only in beautiful places.
And this is another one of those places if you really want to explore. And it's very, very sweet.
It is really sweet.
Yeah.
So that's the lineup for events. These are all out now into the Angel notification time. Most of these go live to the public on February 14th. If you're interested, make sure to check on it early. And we'll be having another event or two in Colorado this summer, which we'll announce in the Shaumbra magazine. That's going to be out at the end of this month. So we're just getting our lineup ready for the year. I'm excited. We have a lot of good stuff. Okay, it is time now for Shaumbra News. It's like real newsy kind of music.
Oh, you sound like CNN.
Yeah,
Get it, CNN.
Yeah, it's CCM.
Yeah.
Crimson Circle News.
Yeah.
Bonnie and Michelle, do we have an answer yet on Roost? No answer on Roost. Okay.
No takers. Huh?
Okay, no takers.
Oh,
Make it up. Just something. Okay. A couple of things in the news. Of course, as always, the Shaumbra magazine is out. It always comes out the week of the Shoud. It's always a beautiful production, great articles, good design, and a lot of awards. Yes, a lot of really cool awards. We don't have room to put them all in here. We had to just keep them in storage. We got so many awards on that magazine. It's your direct line to the Crimson Circle. I point out the artwork for last month and this month on the cover. It's a wonderful artist, photographer, graphic designer in Romania. Not part of the Crimson Circle, but if you go to his website and look at his work, it is just brilliant. And he talks on his website about his work is inspired from his dreams. Actually, we've invited him to the Magic of Merlin in Cebu. He's going to be there. He's a little nervous about meeting Shaumbra.
He ought to be.
He's checked out the website.
He ought to be.
I'm like, your website, and then our website, whose is weirder? Come on, you got this amazing artwork. So do check out the Shaumbra magazine. And now let's take a deep breath. About, I think it was a week or 10 days ago, we filmed the long-awaited Wound of Adam. It's been in the works, been talked about since way back in the days of Tobias, I think, when he finished the Wound of Isis. We came in here to film it one day and walked out different people. It was that profound. I thought it was just going to be a guy talk, guy to guy, man up and yada yada. Don't forget Valentine's Day. It was nothing of the sorts.
It's advanced, to me, it's advanced SES. It's about energy management, relationships within the world. Everything looks different once you experience the wound of Adam. It is really, really beyond what I expected.
Truly amazing, touching at every level, and not just for guys, for everyone.
Everyone.
It's been, I don't know, a week or 10 days since we filmed it, and I have to say I'm still reeling from it. It's not what I expected.
It takes integration and expansion.
We've got a video trailer that we put together in pretty quick time, just getting ready to talk about it here. The product itself won't be available until February 14th. We're still in our post-production work and then have to do all the logistics to get it up and available. There's 5 segments, and we've got the trailer to play. If we could have the lights down first and just take a good deep breath and feel into the wound of Adam.
So profound.
The wound of Adam, a tragedy of sorts, a love story of sorts, an amazing recount of history on this planet. Our main characters in the play are, of course, Isis and Adam. Isis, the feminine, is something that's within each and every one of you. It's not just in the ladies. Isis is the creative energy, free-flowing, birthing. It's a dynamic, beautiful energy. You can almost feel it. It's art, it's music, it's expression, it's creation. It's a very giving energy, always giving. And then there's Adam. Adam of total, true service to Isis. Adam, the masculine energy. Adam, the strength, the balance, the stability. Tends to be more of a mental energy. Adam, this energies of straight lines that is within each and every one of you. Adam could be given a task to go build something. And Adam does it. Adam will organize the tools, make a list of what supplies are needed, and he carefully plans it out. And that's his focus, nothing else. In the beginning, which has always been, there was a great gathering, a great gathering from all of creation. The gathering was called the Order of the Ark. Every angelic family was represented here. They gathered at this great gathering coming from all parts of creation, not just in what you would call your physical universe, but from all parts of creation. They gathered here because there was a huge concern. Creation
had come to a near standstill. And there was a concern that actually came out of the house of Sananda. A concern, what will happen if everything stops? The general consensus was that if everything stopped, if everything came to a standstill, that the entire cosmos, all of creation would collapse. And while all these debates were taking place in the great Colosseum of the Order of the Ark, there were two that were missing, Isis and Adam. They were depressed. Why did it come to this? Why did it come to this? That nearly all of creation had come to a standstill. They took tremendous responsibility for it. Isis was overwhelmed. We talk about the wound of Isis, but what I always vividly remember was the tears of Isis. Like crystalline tears rolling down her face. I failed. She kept on saying to herself, I've absolutely failed. I've failed all of the spiritual families. I've failed you, Adam. And then Isis fell into a deep, deep sleep. Almost as if she had died. He looked at her, missing her terribly, wondering where she was going in this deep, deep sleep. He yelled out to her numerous times, Isis, wake thyself, Isis. Come back to me, Isis. Isis, where are you now? And there was no response whatsoever. So in that moment, Adam said, Isis, I'm coming to get you. I'll find you no matter what. Well, a long time went by, and by this time, the planet was beginning to get populated with many other carbon human beings. A long time went by, and one day, when they were together on a lake, Isis finally said, Adam, now I know that love, oh, it is so deep and so quiet, it is so nurturing and expansive. Mine is different than yours, the way I feel it, but I feel such an attachment to you. Like we've been together an eternity and we will be together for an eternity. I feel you. I feel what you did for me, trying to awaken me, trying to console me when my heart ached the most. I feel this thing called love, but as great as a gift as this is, until I love myself, I'm still not yet fulfilled. It's going to leave Adam in a strange and odd place for a while. Isis doesn't need Adam anymore. So thinks Adam. Isis can take care of herself now. So thinks Adam. Oh, it's going to be a difficult time indeed. And that old wound is going to come up. Adam. Going to feel that Isis walked out, betrayed him. All of this is unfolding right now before your eyes, in your body, on this planet, in everyday life. The wound of Isis, the wound of Adam, the story of love. Wow.
I think you can see that it's a pretty big event and that there's a lot in it and really a lot to share that allows us to explore within ourselves. Like I said, once again, it changes everything, the way you see life, the way you see yourself, the way you see relationships, the way you see the world, and the way it's acting out now.
And I often wondered when we were going to be doing the follow-up to The Wound of Isis, which was actually a series of channels that were done in Mexico and in the Caribbean, back in 2006, I think. And it just never worked out, and I never got the go-ahead from Adamus, and then all of a sudden it's like, we're going to do it. So we just basically came here one day with a crew. I had, I guess, certain expectations of it, and it's not at all what I thought it was going to be. It was so deep, just truly amazing. And really no coincidence that it's coming out February 14th. We looked at our production schedule, when we could get all the work finished, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is too coincidental. So February 14th, The Wound of Adam, and it's not just about guys.
Not at all.
Yeah. So I think actually we got one more video. Linda, do you want to talk about consciousness theater? I think we have time to do that recap.
And I'm sorry because the slide is missing, but we have, SES is profound, and it's about managing energy and relationships. And the material's somewhat sensitive. And so people often would talk about there should be a version for kids because kids start dealing with these energies at a very young age. But we were busy going 90 miles an hour, and nobody really could come forward with something that we thought was an interpretation that could be handled in an age-appropriate way. And then our friends, Anne and Finn Anderson from Denmark, they spent their lives as educators, and they said, we have been working with this, and we believe we found a way to distill this material and present it in an age-appropriate manner so that you could watch it with your child, or a teacher could actually teach this to their students. And that was a very big task to take on. So they came to our studio. They were going to teach a class, and I said, well, as long as you're here, let's film it. What the heck, you're here. So they produced Consciousness Theater for Kids, and it's really amazing. It's available now. Jean, do you remember
As a cloud class, yeah.
As a cloud class. Do you remember how much it is? $75. It's a heck of a deal, and we'll give you a little recap. We weren't aware that this would turn into a video, but it's really something that if you want to share what energy management means, relationships, bullying, boundaries, this is really ideal material to share with your grandkids, your kids, or, like I said, teachers are using it in school. So that's how well thought out this was. So
we just launched it on the cloud class, and let's take a look at Consciousness Theater. Finn and Anne Anderson from Denmark.
Welcome to Consciousness Theater for Kids.
We are going to go through a program that introduces children to how to find peace within themselves. We'll show some role-playing, and it will be about energy and energy exchange. You know about energy from the games you play in computers, for example. Oh, I really like this.
Ah, that's beautiful. I want it.
Oh, I really like this.
Oh, you have always been my very, very best friend, right? And there are only a few weeks till my birthday, and I will, of course, invite you. You know it, don't you? And you shall sit just next to me, right? Oh, what have you got there? That's so beautiful. Oh, I would love to have that. Won't you give me that? Ah, thank you. You're so sweet.
Oh, I'm so fond of this. I would so much like to give this to you. Would you have it?
That? Do you really think that I would like to have that? Oh, you must think I'm an idiot. No, I will not.
Oh, I really like this. It's so beautiful.
Oh, what have you got there?
Yeah, isn't it pretty?
Yeah, that's amazing. Oh, you really are so lucky you have got that. Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah,
Yes.
I never get anything like that.
You don't?
No, nobody ever gives me a present, and if they do, it's certainly not something as pretty as that.
Oh. Oh, then I think you should have it. There you are.
Oh, do you really mean it?
Yes,
Ah,
I do mean it.
oh, well, absolutely. And you won't take it back?
No.
Oh, thank you. That's very kind.
Oh, I do so much like this. I'm so fond of it. In fact, I would like to give this to you. This is a present for you.
Oh,
There you are.
it's so beautiful. Thank you. That's very kind. I just love it.
Good, you like it.
Yeah, I do.
Our voice tells a lot of stories. You all probably know that if you get shy or feel unsafe, then the voice can go a little higher, and then that's a kind of defense, because if you feel unsafe, then your voice turns into a childish tone, and then you are so small, nobody can be mad at you when you are little. So that's why we do that, and it happens unconsciously most of the time. And what I'm going to show now is that we can find a pitch in our own voice where we have most strength and authenticity.
That was just a peek at the material. So they do a lot of role playing and then invite you to interact, to actually look at it and notice what you observed in the behaviors, so that young people then and children are better able to identify feeding and energies that are inappropriate. And they do an excellent job. They're quite amusing. And again, I'd recommend it to anybody. And even as an adult, I was quite entertained and amused by the way they so clearly interpreted behaviors and boundaries.
So Consciousness Theater for Kids is on the Crimson Circle Cloud class. It's great not just for kids, but as you probably just experienced, for adults as well. So I really like that ring that you have there.
I never get anything.
We're going to go on break, and as we do, I'd like to, a very special thanks to the Crimson Circle Angels, the Crimson Circle teachers, the web translators, the translation teams, the web hosts, Shaumbra all around the world, and everything else. We're going to take about a 30-minute break, and we're going to be back for Adamus, Saint Germain. So thank you all. Appreciate it. See you back here in 30 minutes.
Thank you. We'll see you in 30 minutes.